guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, especially if you're looking forward to more videos, affordable makeup reviews, tutorials, because 'tis the season. It's time, my favorite time of year, not Christmas. It's a new drugstore releases for 2019. They start to pop up maybe around the end of November, December, trickle in, and for sure 2019. So today I want to talk about two new products from Revlon from their new Candid line. So we have the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation and the Candid Antioxidant Concealer. These are two new products from Revlon and I found them at my local Ulta. Also, bonus points at my Ulta at least, they had where you can swatch both the foundation and concealer. Made it so much easier to find a color that I thought worked for me. I wish the lighting was a little bit better. They kind of have like the lights underneath, but could have made that better, but whatever. We got swatches, so I definitely feel like I picked good colors. For the foundation, I picked up number 300 Dune, and then for the concealer, I picked up a number 30 Light Medium. So I'm going to start off with the foundation, which at Ulta runs for $10.99. Of course, you can find it for cheaper at your local Walmart or Target once it starts to pop up there. I bought mine in stores. Also, they also have it online. You might be able to find it, see it start popping up at Walgreens, CVS soon. They have about 30 or I believe 31 shades, which is awesome. I don't remember the last Revlon foundation other than the original like color stay that has this many shades. I thought that was great. For those of you who don't know, I do have dry skin, so I'll let you know how I like it for dry skin and or if I think it's better for maybe normal or oily skin. So for this foundation, I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's supposed to be a creamy texture that goes on somewhat like a moisturizer. It's supposed to blend invisibly. It has the premium pump packaging. I do love that it has a pump, makes it really easy. Medium buildable coverage, natural finish, which is why I picked it up because I have dry skin. I love natural finish. Sometimes mattes, demi-mattes are like, I don't know. And it's supposed to keep skin moisturized all day. Now it is the winter time here in Chicago, so we have a real winter. It's like 30 degrees, dropping down to the 20s in the evening. I've definitely been prepping my skin for this foundation specifically. I want to give it a fair chance, so definitely trying to hydrate, moisturize as much as possible. Let's talk about application first. So when applying this foundation on my face, I use a beauty blender because I was going to use a brush, but honestly, I feel like the beauty blender could only do as much as it could. I feel like it definitely wasn't the easiest to kind of blend into the skin. It wasn't a flawless blend. It wasn't like the most difficult thing ever, but I really felt as though I had to pounce that beauty blender into my skin and really try to blend it out and into the skin as opposed to having it kind of sit on top of my face. So I really felt like I had to kind of go through and kind of, you know, warm that up into the skin. I normally really only go in with a brush when the foundation is really hydrating, really moisturizing, because then I'm just kind of looking more for coverage, but I felt like I really needed that beauty blender just to really kind of help it blend into the skin because it wasn't as hydrating or moisturizing as I thought it would be. It's supposed to be a natural finish. It didn't feel like it. It was feeling a little demi-matte. Applying it onto my dry skin, one layer of this foundation I would say felt more like a light coverage. I built it up 2 layers, I got to the medium coverage. So for me, it felt more like a light to buildable medium coverage. It built up really nicely, but I feel like you can still, with 1 layer, you can still kind of see any, areas kind of peeking through, and you really have to like blend that into the skin. It does oxidize a little bit, so I would definitely say go lighter than darker because it'll kind of like even out a little bit, but I think this shade 300 Dune works well for my skin. Once I've set my makeup, I've applied my powders, my sprays, everything else, I think it looks fine, but I know definitely on my forehead, on my dry areas, I can see it. It feels very demi-matte on my skin. I think the natural finish, you're going to get that feeling if you have more of a normal to oily skin type. On my dry skin, I definitely feel more of a demi-matte, not totally matte, but I don't feel that moisture. It doesn't feel moisturizing as it claims to be. I feel like if you have oily skin, you're gonna feel that moisture a little bit more. Seeing the foundation on my face, I think it's okay, but it's definitely not gonna be my favorite foundation. I think it's just fine for my dry skin. When I kind of like zoom in, definitely the areas, you know, around my mouth, my forehead, my chin, those really dry areas, like as time kind of goes by, I kind of see them drying up more and more. Where I have no moisture, little moisture, that's definitely where it's starting to kind of like kick up a little bit, kind of dry out a little bit on me as the time goes on. I think this lasts me maybe like, I give it like 2 to 3 hours before those areas kind of look like not how I want them to look, unless I want to be constantly spraying my face with like a hydrating mist every other hour, which I don't have time to do. I don't want to do. I want my foundation to just look good. I think it looks fine for just a couple of hours, but that's not what I'm looking for my foundations. Usually I want something to last me maybe like 8+ hours. 6 if, you know, it looks impeccable for like 6 hours, but 8+ hours, you know, to have on, you know, during the whole work day, my commute there and from. That's what I would like out of my foundation. I think this one, I like the packaging. I like that it has a pump, but the blendability, the application, I feel like I have to work with it more than I want to. I need a little bit more hydration, especially this time of year. So for me, I would definitely say pass if you are dry skin. If you are normal to oily, normal, I think you'll like this a lot better than I did. I've definitely tried some Revlon foundations where I'm like, I don't know who's gonna like this. Some of their newer ones, I'm like, ooh, this formula in general. But I think if you're normal to oily, I would give it a try. I think for the winter time, I think this might be a good foundation for you. One thing that I did want to know, I remember the last couple of Revlon foundations I have done a review for, they've definitely been on the more expensive side, like $17. This one was only $10.99. However, when I look at the amount of product they give you, they definitely give you less than 1 ounce of products. You get 0.75 fluid ounces of product. So yes, it's less. They also give you less products. So in general, I'm like, is it a deal? I don't know. If you have a million of foundations you kind of switch to, maybe you're saving some money, but still $10.99. That should be the price of any 1 fluid ounce foundation. But I think definitely for me, I'm gonna pass on this. Let me know if you guys have normal to oily skin and you maybe have tried it and you liked it. Now for the concealer, it's $9.99, $1 less for the concealer. I feel like it should be a little bit less. It does come in 15 shades, which I think is pretty awesome for drugstore concealers. I'm trying to think of which maybe drugstore concealer brand has that many shades. I think that was great. The fact that I can't think of more at the top of my head, that kind of sucks in general. I picked up mine in the shade, like I said, a light medium. A couple of things about this concealer. So the claims are, 2 of the claims that I disagree with. So they claim that it is the medium to buildable coverage, and they also claimed that it would kind of, you know, get rid of your under eye bags. I feel like it didn't do any of those. I feel like for me at least, the coverage, maybe because my dark circle is a little bit more prominent, it makes it feel like it's more like a light to medium buildable coverage. The doe foot applicator is not my favorite. It's okay, it's just not my favorite. I feel like it could be better. I feel like it's not the uber softest, but then at the same time, it's not scratchy. It's like in between, it's missing something. I wonder if maybe if the formula was creamier, it would make the doe foot applicator feel just like a little bit better. Like, you know, like I love the ColourPop doe foot. Like it just feels like so creamy, also mixed in with the formula. Like I just want to slather it on. If you don't make me want to kind of slather this on because it feels so good on my skin. Just kind of like, what's going on? Is there not enough product coming out? Or is like the doe foot applicator, it could be just something missing there. However, I will say, one good thing about this, I even layered it on twice on one eye just to see, is like, okay, is it buildable? So I did one layer and I was like, okay, that's really, really light. I can totally still see my under eye circles. And then I did another layer. And I will say it did not crease. I get really bad creasing underneath my eyes, but 2 layers, it did not crease. It was very comfortable. Still though, I feel like the coverage wasn't built. I feel like I could still see my under eye bags. I only did 1 layer underneath this side, but I feel like if that's going to be one of the claims, you should, you know, do right by your claim and cover my under eye circles. Maybe it's very light under eye circles, I'm not sure. So I would say it feels more like a light to medium, like the foundation, and I don't think it does a very good job with covering under eye circles. I remember when I was picking these up, the girl at Ulta was like, oh my god, that's my new favorite concealer, and I was like, okay, haha, we'll see. We'll see. It's not my favorite concealer. Other than the fact that the concealer didn't cause creasing underneath my eyes, I think this would definitely be a pass for me personally. I wasn't a fan, it wasn't my favorite. I think it was just an okay concealer. So both products overall, I think I personally might be returning these because the concealer did not impress me, and the foundation for my skin type I think was just not the best. I think it just looks okay on my skin, but I definitely have some other foundations that just work better for me and actually help the areas that I need help with, where like I have some other moisturizing, hydrating foundations. This to me, for my skin type, it wasn't moisturizing and hydrating for my skin type. I think for oily to normal skin, definitely check it out. For anybody, I don't think I would really recommend the concealer. I would definitely pass on this, and maybe, depending on your skin type, check out the foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed that review and demo on the new Revlon Candid foundation and concealer. Let me know if you guys tried out the powder. I don't know if maybe I just didn't see it on my Ulta. I don't know. I just saw these two products. I like that they're a little bit cheaper. Then again, we talked about they gave us a little bit less product in the foundation, which I found interesting. Let me know if you guys have tried this and what skin type you have, whether or not you liked it or not. I think that plays a big role. Let me know if my theory is correct, if you're normal to oily and you actually did like this foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, especially as we start finding these new drugstore releases in stores and I get my hands on them. I did just order the new L'Oreal, or like new to the US. I guess it's been in the UK. The new L'Oreal, I think it's like their 24-hour natural finish longwear foundation, something like that. I got mine on Amazon because I got Prime. I don't gotta pay for shipping. I can just get that one product. They also have it at Ulta right now, but I ordered mine. Should be here tomorrow, Wednesday actually, so I'll be testing that out for you guys. I'll let you know how I like it, so if you guys been interested. I'm looking forward to some more new drugstore releases, and I hope you guys are too, and I'll see you guys next time.